really, first I will answer this more from an industry perspective, and I do believe that managers today certainly understand the talent value proposition, and the reason why I say that is because if you see any person whose goals and objectives are typically formed, employee retention is one of the key components of that goal. So keeping that in mind, certainly I do believe that most of the organizations and the people working in it do recognize the fact that talent identification, retention are key components. Having said that, I think it's the question of how do we really measure in terms of how we are doing on it. I think from a Pfizer experience perspective, one of the good things that I've seen is that we use a metric called a managerial effectiveness index. This is a very good metric because typically what happens is that a manager rolls out a survey to not just basically his or her direct reports, but also to other colleagues, to other peers, to people in the leadership team, business partners. And I think based on that input, really the input is more on really the behaviors, the how you're doing on your tasks, rather than just meeting a goal or objective. And that then leads to a index called the MEI, or the Managerial Effectiveness Index. So it really truly tells at least more from a, I would say, an individual perspective in terms of what is the managerial effectiveness index for that individual, how does that individual compare with the peer group of the various other people in the organization, and then the overall score from an organization perspective. So that I think has been a very, very successful tool. We've been using it now for, I would say, almost 2 to 3 years. I've seen myself grow with that index because it's given me a lot of insight in terms of how we should progress on that.